before I let you go.
Sure.
I'm not a computer programmer, I'm not a specialist in writing code, but there are lots of people out in the country who've been blogging about this for the last 3 or 4 days, some of them very sympathetic to the Affordable Care Act, not hostile to its implementation, and actually believe that yes, there is a problem with very strong curiosity in people logging onto the system, but they also have detected through some pretty simple forensic work on their own that this is a failed system, that it's coded improperly, that basic sort of fundamental steps that should have been anticipated and built into a large government system like this simply don't exist, or don't exist to near the capacity they ought to. Is it too early to talk about this particular rollout as being systematically flawed in its construction?
What I can tell you is that our top issue when it comes to the glitches has been the extraordinary number of people coming to check out plans and find out more about Obamacare, and the number has obviously exceeded expectations. Traffic on the website and at the call center continues to be high, suggesting a sustained interest by consumers in their healthcare options. Now, getting to your question, nothing like this has been done before, but peak levels of Medicare enrollment, concurrent users were 1/8 of the concurrent traffic on healthcare.gov.
I would anticipate that those numbers would be much smaller than this rollout, wouldn't you? I mean, Medicare is a discrete audience that has discrete user curiosity. This is a rollout right at the beginning. Wouldn't you have assumed there would be this huge interest and you should build a system ready for it?
Well, I mean, if we had listened to Republicans, I think the assumption is nobody would have enrolled, nobody would have called, nobody would have.
I mean,
So
you have to consult other people when you build the system, not congressional
But the
Republicans.
answer is that there has been unexpectedly high levels of interest, and we are taking action every day. That is the principal reason that there's a problem. Now, when traffic hit healthcare.gov at this level, a particular component of the system within the account registration function was not able to handle that level of volume, creating issues that consumers experienced when going through the registration process. CMS has put up a gate at the front end of the system that places visitors into a waiting room and lets them in at a particular pace so that the surge in volume does not cause the problems that it caused in the past. CMS has simultaneously been working intensively around the clock to address the drivers of this issue. And thus far, we've reduced waiting room times by 1/3 and are increasingly moving more users through the system. But we're not satisfied with the performance. We can do better, and to make further improvements, we are doing several things at once, including adding server capacity and making software changes to make the system more efficient to handle higher volume. And I think this addressed some. I too am not an expert in the field, but I think that what you can expect is that the folks at CMS, the folks at HHS who are running this are working around the clock and addressing all of the issues that have arisen because of the high interest and the high volume that we've seen.